Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley and this is going to be my follow along with me to get out of debt journey. I will take you on, this video is going to be pretty much an introduction to where I am with my financials, how much money I make, what I'm doing for any extra side hustles to make any extra money. And I hope you decide to come along with me on this journey. So if you're interested in watching, please go ahead and stay. And if not, then I hope to see you on the next one. I'm gonna sort of get started. I had this cover on because I think it was like the closest one in my drawer, and I already wrote on the inside, which I'll get into later. This is just gonna be the cover. I got it from Erin Condren, and then this paper is from a composition book that I just cut to size, hole punched, and then used an old Erin coil too. But I like the dot grids, and there's that. So in this video, I think it's gonna be a little bit long, but it'll just sort of go through everything, not necessarily how I got to this point or how I got to be so bad, but just kind of like my starting point. Yeah, we will go from there. So I think I will get the easy stuff out of the way. So I don't have a super aesthetic calculator. It's just a one that I probably paid like $200 for in high school. Still works, so that's what I'm going to use. I can go back, it has a history, I can use parentheses, so it works for me. This is my giant coin thing, so any coins that I have go in here, and at the end of the year I'm just going to cash it in. And this is my pot of coins. Right now I just use it for my quarters for laundry. I probably have about like $50 worth of quarters. I just added 30 today. So I'm going to go through, I have to do some laundry this weekend, and I will go ahead and after I'm done doing laundry, empty it into my big one. Every 2 weeks I would just re-add it up. I don't feel like it needs to stay open for so long. These two are my coins for not extra money that I get, but pretty much money that does not come from my primary job. At the end of the month, I will go back and like remove all the cash, so anything that I've gotten just is in here. That is what these two envelopes are for. Next, I guess I can do my cash stuffing. These are my sinking funds. I will go ahead and go through them. They are just separated by like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different categories. I feel like some of them I can name, but the fact that I can't come up with any names for all of them, I haven't necessarily committed to anything yet. So if you think of something clever as I go through them, please go ahead and drop it in the comments. The first category is maybe sort of like what would be my finances. This is my sinking funds placeholder. So every check I plan on putting $50 towards all of these together, and depending on whatever's happening, that will get the bulk of the money, and then I'll do some stuffing at the end of the month with whatever portion from this money plus this, and then making change. This is the sinking funds placeholder. I'm not going to count it because I think this video is going to be long, but I think there's like $151 in here. Next is my emergency fund. I am doing the Dave Ramsey get out of debt journey. I'm on baby step 2. I just finished baby step 1 this month, which I'll get into later, but this was just the envelope that I had for it way back when I tried to do this. I don't know when it was. Yes, this was the emergency fund envelope. I have one for buffer that was pretty much so that because I don't have the best financial literacy yet, I'm working on it. I did want to have some sort of buffer that I was adding to, but not necessarily budgeting for. I don't know, some people have like a couple $100s. Mine account currently goes to zero. Like once I'm done paying all of my bills, I make sure that it goes to zero. That way I know everything was paid for the appropriate amount, and I'm honestly okay with that. I have one for taxes because I owe them every year since I was like, I don't know, probably 18. Snowball, this was the money that I was setting aside for the money that was going into Snowball. And some of these categories are old, and then an IOME placeholder. So those are the first category. So the second one would be annual subscriptions. So this is just money that's set aside for things that have a recurring annual payment. So it's $150 per month for $75 per paycheck. I just put 75 in today because I got paid, and I'm just doing that. And yeah, I just feel like it's easier to just do 75. I think I added the total amount that I owe for each of the annual funds, and then I divided it by 12 to see how much I would need per month to make sure I stay on track with everything, because they're due at different times. And I'm just getting started, and some of them are due prior to just due at different times. So here's the placeholder. The first one is Costco. This one is $60 a year, and it's due in March. Renter's insurance is $337, due in May. I didn't even realize these had money. Oh, AAA is $80. I'm on my grandma's account. It's due in February. Amazon Prime, $139 is due in October. The gym is about $400. I pay for the annual year, just get it out of the way. I think it's $400, somewhere around there, but that's what I'm budgeting for. Grammarly is due in August. This one was the one that kind of had me set the idea up that I should just put a certain amount of money per month, and then depending on whatever's due, just take the money for that until I'm completely caught up, and then I can start to do, like, you know, Amazon gets $10, the Grammarly gets $5, or whatever the case may be. Well, it'll be 12, but yeah. So Grammarly's there. I have the Ramsey Solutions envelope. I do not have their, like, the every dollar plus that comes with the annual cost. It's right now it's advertised at $79, and I plan on having the 80 by December, but I think just being able to have access to the resources that they have there would be helpful for me, so that I plan to have by December. And then next is car registration. It's not I don't owe $500. I know it's like, I think the first year I renewed it, it was like 4 something. This year it might be like 3. I'm not sure, but that's due in February. So I just want to make sure I have at least $500 ready to go, so when it comes up, I already have the money set aside. This is the one where I don't know what it should be called. Maybe adulting, self-care. I'm not sure, but this is the one that I would need like help with. The first one's like finances. Next one is annual subscriptions. This one I'm kind of, I don't know where. Dating has always been a sinking fund of mine. Maybe it's a goal. I don't know why I always have it. It has always been there. Next is nails. I can do my nails myself. However, it is nice to get pampered every so often. I have one for shoes, one for wardrobe, just in case I need like regular clothes, work clothes, anything like that. Laser hair removal. Sugaring is one. I do pay for annual wax pass that comes like, you buy 9, you get 3 for free. So that's covered for the year. This one's sort of like a self-care. Oh, look at that. I guess self-care would be anything like, just anything for myself, whether I like to think of it as a massage or anything like that. I have one for me. I remember when I created this, it was something for just like things that I want to do, like me wanting to try something different with my hair. And then I would just put money in here, and then I can go and have money set aside to do things like going to the beauty supply to buy specific types of hair. That way I don't feel like I'm wasting money, as opposed to like intentionally setting aside money. Next, I have luxury. I have been wanting a new purse for quite some time. I think I have my eye on one, and it's $300, but I don't necessarily want to spend $300 on a purse. So that's in here. Anything fancy that I may want, that's considered luxury. Of course, there's like a whole bunch of stuff that I could fit into here, but that's there. I have one for going out. This one I am now using a debit card for, because it's just easier when I'm out. I did remove the option for the card to overdraft, so once I'm out of money, it's going to decline. So we'll get into more of that later. Beauty is more so like pretty much Sephora runs, like makeup, anything like that that I may need. And then health is the last one. I don't really need too much of this. Like my healthcare insurance comes out of my check, but maybe just having like a little bit of money, maybe for some co-pays or something. I am very fortunate that I am in pretty good health, so I don't go to the doctor too often, but in the event of something happening, I just want to have this here. Next one is contacts. Before was in the pink category, or maybe I can color them. Contacts was in here, but when I was setting up my bullets budget planner, it didn't fit, so I was like, you know what, let me just move it. So I have contacts in here. I have home upgrades. This is something like buying patio furniture or anything for the house that's not necessary. I do want a really nice reading chair. I have not been able to find one. Every one that I see is like $1,000 or more. So this one is just a placeholder for if I were to come into any extra money or feel like, hey, you know, I have some money to put aside. This would be one. I have one for birthdays, another one for Christmas that I need to start building, and you see it has nothing. This one is my car needs an oil change. It's about that time for me to like rotate the tires. I wish I could just get in my car and turn it on and go. So most of the sinking funds will probably have to go to car maintenance until, at least for a while, like the next couple months. I have one for car wash. I do wish that this one was in my purse, like the envelopes I have in there, but it's here now. And then I have one for vacation fund. I have not traveled. I feel like I would love to travel. I just haven't done it yet. So I kind of am like pedal to the metal so that I can start to take vacations and be able to enjoy them rather than having to like worry about money or where I'm going to stay because of the cost. Am I going to be able to afford it? Will I have to get in more debt just to go? So it's a placeholder and a reminder to kind of like keep going. Next one, I guess it's sort of like miscellaneous things. A while back, there were like some conferences that I wanted to go to and like any schooling that I might want to do, like whether it be classes or something of that sort. So I have an envelope for that. I love having plants around my apartment. It's not my forever apartment, but it is apartment enough that I am decorating with plants. So I have a good number of plants around the house. I have one set aside for nail supplies so that I can go to the nail place and just say like, hey, I'm gonna go and buy a top coat and a base coat and like 3 new colors, and I'll have money set aside for that. And then this one is actually team appreciation, just in case like at work or something I want to come in with donuts or something of that sort. I have something set aside for that. This one would sort of be like a side hustle one. So I have one for YouTube that's set aside. I just am sort of going to see where this goes. I hope, to eventually get enough for like monetizing and all of that. So at one point I did want to do, I think I was having issues with iMovie and I wanted to get the other like whatever the other app is, but it's like $300 for it for video editing. So I just made an envelope, and then I have another one for side hustles. I honestly am just thinking about everything I can do extra to kind of make a little bit more money to kind of build some momentum. So this one is just a general side hustle. Like maybe I need to invest in, I don't know, like it could be anything. Oh, see, this would be one for the calculator if anyone wants to see like a fancy or more cute and aesthetic one. The next one is savings. For a while, I was doing this thing where I was like coloring in these hexagons where I just took $200,000 and just made random amounts like 170, 88, like random amounts. And as I would go in and fill in those hexagons, I would put the money here. I did at one point want to be 1 month ahead. I actually do still want to be 1 month, complete month ahead. So 2 full paychecks. And I was like putting money in to kind of sort of build that buffer. So at the beginning of August, I would have all like 2 full paychecks worth for August at the start, like on August 1st, so that I can, budget the month that way and not have to worry about like, oh, I get 1 check and I'm going to budget for these days. And then the next check that comes in the middle of the month, budget for the rest of the month. Star money, I hope I get some bills with the little star money. I think they are reprinted bills. I used to work at the bank way long ago, but there was a customer that would come in and he would always ask for bills with the stars on them, and he was like an older man, like retired, but he was like so cute and so nice. And I think once I saw a bill, and it made me think of him when I was first setting these up, so I made a category for that. But there's that. And then the one of each was, the intention was every paycheck I would get one denomination, like so 100, 150, 120, 110, 15, 12, and 11, and I think it's $188. And I think over a very short period of time, it was just like a fun challenge for me to think about. And obviously, because I'm on my debt-free journey, I am not too big on like going into savings challenges and doing like all of the cute challenges that other people have, which everybody to each their own. But because of my spending habits, I cannot yet be trusted with having like $20,000 just sitting in an account without the temptation to like touch it. So I'm not quite there yet. I think this one's just an extra one. Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's that. Next, I will just review the envelopes I have in my purse. So there's these. I made them. I think they're pretty great. I would just change a couple things. So if I end up making more, I will. But I think for now, these work. They work just fine. So I have one for eating out. I have one for gas. One for house supplies. So this is mostly like Target runs, Walmart runs. I guess what most people would consider like paper supplies, like toilet paper, napkins, like that sort of thing for the house. Dish soap and stuff. Groceries, I have one for that. Miscellaneous is just like random things that may come up that these other 4 don't necessarily fit in. So I have a small buffer here, and I have one for other. This one was supposed to be for just say if I need to go to Home Depot to buy a patio chair, I would take the funds from my house supplies, put it in here sort of as a placeholder until I can go to buy whatever I need to buy. But I am sort of just using it because it does get funded as not necessarily a giving one, because I'm not in the headspace yet of being able to like give the way I want to, or just building that muscle. But that's the intention of this one for now. And then, like I said, I do wish Car Wash had one, so I can just kind of keep it here and go. So now for the fun stuff. Okay. This one is the fun stuff. So I do plan on being as open with my finances as I possibly can. I do have a high income, but as we will go through my finances, I also owe a lot of money, and just I'm trying to make up for years of sort of just not being as financially responsible as I could be. So we will start there. Like I said, this one was the first cover that I found in my drawer that didn't like have my name on it, and I like the metallic element to it, and I ended up writing in it, so it's probably going to be the one to stay. I don't know, but August 2023 is the month I'm starting this. So this has all of the debts that I have, the debt amount, and then the month. This is going to be my tracking to complete it. So my emergency fund is the only one that's not completed. Like I shared, I'm doing the Dave Ramsey baby steps. So the first one was saving $1,000. So I was able to do that in August. So Amazon, I owe $855.43. Apple Card, I owe $2,241.89. Oh, and these are listed lowest to, what am I saying? Smallest to largest. Goodness gracious. I have a PayPal card. It's $3,356.86. Best Buy, $3,446.14. Old Navy, $3,559.39. Costco is $3,902 with 72 cents. I have one 401k loan, $4,066.12. I have an overdraft protection with one of my credit unions. That one has a balance of $4,850 with 44 cents. My mom, I owe her $5,200. It's not necessarily a loan, but I think when I was like 19 or something. Oh, you know what it was? I had a car that I traded in. I had a Kia that I traded in, and it was under like negative equity, and she ended up taking the hit for my negative equity by taking out, she got herself a car, but they transferred my negative equity to her new loan. And it was like $5,000. I think I paid her like $2,000. But then we recently went to Hawaii this year. She paid for everything, but I felt bad for, my mom paying for everything. So that's that. That's why it's $5,200. I have a Care credit card. That's $5,256. I have a personal loan with the credit union. That's $9,368.57. I have another personal loan at the same credit union for $9,691.90. One of these was for me being negative. I had a super fancy luxury car, and I think I was upside down $15,000. So I ended up taking a loan out to sell the car and cover the difference on the loan. So it was $15,000. I currently owe $9,000, and I think it's the bigger one is the help me get out of that loan. I have a loan for a BMW that my sister drives. So that one is $14,306. I owe the IRS for my taxes last year. I'm on a payment plan now, which they're on this list and they're going to stay in this order. The only difference between what I'm doing and what Dave Ramsey recommends is for the IRS to go first, to pay them off first. But like I said, I've been owing every year. I owe them, and for the most part, I will get on these payment plans and pay them down as I can. So I owe them $15,000. Next one is a bill consolidation that I did for maybe like $35,000 a year or two. I think it was like 2 years ago now, but that one currently has $26,683.04. Clearly getting a bill consolidation did not help, because I went and either kept all of my credit cards. Like I kept using them. Some of them are new after that, but it's like going downhill is always super easy. Climbing up is the hard part. And that's currently where I'm at. So next is my current Kia. I have, I owe a balance of $27,432.98. And student loans, I owe $86,167.86. My biggest thing with student loans is I took a loan out to go to do a master's at a law school, and that one, it was like 2 semesters, but it was $50,000, and I ended up dropping the program because it wasn't a JD. It was a super small technicality, but I still ate the cost of $50,000. So the grand total is $225,698 with 45 cents. So that's my total debts as of August when I'm doing this video. So this is what this channel is going to be for me, and like pretty much how I get on this journey. Whew, yeah. So okay. So this is my can you see this? Yes. Okay. So these are my funds. So there's a total of 18 of them here. 17 are debt, and the one is the emergency fund of $1,000. I am going to go back and add in some of the names at the top. I just haven't decided on the finalizing of that. Okay, so I found a piece of paper. Okay, so this one is the first one. My start month is August 2023, and the end month of completion was August 2023. The actual amount was $1,000, and this is nothing, but it has a total of 10 boxes. Each box is worth $100. And motivational box, because there's so much debt to pay off, I used that to create sort of like dropping little gems for myself. So it's actually after every $10,000, with the exception of the first. So the first I need to pay $13,000 off, and then I'll get, oh no, it's the start of every 10. So once I pay my first $3,000 off, then I get a gift, and then I go 10,000 and then a gift, and then 10,000 and a gift, and 10,000, and it goes like that all the way through until the 225,000 is paid off. What I'm gonna do with those that money, I don't know, but it's just there to sort of fill in the space, but you'll see. Next is Amazon. So because I was able to finish my emergency fund in August, I just put this one to start in August. So the debt was $855.43. The due date is the 5th of every month. Minimum payment is about $29. Rounded total is $900. Each of these boxes is worth $100, and I have a total of 9. And this one has no motivational boxes. The next one is my Apple Card. So $22.41 rounds up to 23. I have 23 boxes. Each one is worth $100, and the minimum payment is $75. And there is one motivational box. So once I finish these two, at the end of the Apple Card boxes, but before the PayPal, I will have a motivational box of $100 that I can do whatever I want with. I do want it to be something sort of like super intentional to remind me of where I am in this journey. I have not thought of that. Also, it's $100. I feel like today $100 is like yesterday's $1. So, okay, not one, maybe like 20, but still. So this one is rounded up to $3,400. Each box is worth $100. The minimum payment is $106. And I determine the minimum payment by what the minimum payment is currently at this month. Currently at this time. This one has no motivational boxes. Best Buy rounded up to $3,500. The minimum payment is $35 only because I'm on a 0 interest payment. So I'm pretty sure that it's designed to have me pay like such a small amount so that once I'm at the end of the probationary, like the promotional period, they add on the full interest that I would have owed over the 2 years. I think I have to like June of next year or something. I don't know, but each box is worth $100 and I have 35 of them. Next is Old Navy. This one is rounded up to $3,600. Each box is worth $100. And then this is my second motivational box. So because Old Navy, the box is worth $100, I will have another $100 to do whatever I want with. Next is Costco. Costco, I rounded up to 4,000. I was like, 400, what is that? Rounded 4,000. Okay. Each box here is also worth $100, and it is total of 40. 401k rounded up to 4,100. This one automatically comes out of my paycheck, so before anything is even deposited to me, the payments are made. But each box is $100, and there's 41. And the overdraft protection, I rounded up to 4,900. Again, each box is $100, and there's one motivational box. So again, this is my third one. My mom, this is where I start to up the box frequency. So this one is actually each box is worth $200, because I feel like by this point, how much I'm contributing to each payment should start to get bigger. So what I put toward each month should be able to increase. So I didn't have to round anything on here. There's 26 boxes for me to pay her off. Care credit is rounded up to 5,400 because each box is worth 200. So I had to make sure that each box, like the amount I rounded up to was divisible by the box worth. So I didn't have like an extra like half a box or something. And I have one motivational box. So this one will be the first one that is worth $200. So at the end of paying off care credit, I'll have $200 to do whatever I want with. Personal loan, I rounded up to 9,500, even though I owe 93,000. I rounded up to 9,500, even though I owe 9,300, and each box is worth 250. So I have a total of 38 to make sure that this one is paid off. Next is the personal loan, the second one. This one is worth $300 every box, and I rounded up to 9,900. And it's just because the amounts were getting so big. My sister's BMW, each box is worth $500. I rounded up to $1,450, and I have 29 boxes here. The IRS, each box is worth $500, and I rounded up to 15,500. So I have 31 boxes there with 2 motivational. So because the amounts are getting higher here, and every motivational box is every 10,000, you can see why I have, like, they're starting to increase. Almost every single one has 1 at this point, and then it's starting to get to 2. So this is another credit union, the bill consolidation. And this one is rounded up to 27,000, and each box is $750. And for the most part, I think that the payments are pretty consistent with the box worth. So I should be able to see some sort of progress, but also by this point, I will have paid off 17, 16, 15. I would have paid off 14. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I couldn't do that mental math. Paid off 14. So all of these minimum payments combined with this one and anything extra I'm making from like side hustles or like cutting expenses in my budget will help attribute to my snowball payment. And this one has 2 motivational boxes, and this one is tied in. I think at some point you'll see like they're in the middle of the payment. Like I will have made 10 payments, and then number 11 will be one motivational box, and then I'll keep going, and then somewhere down the middle there'll be another motivational box of just kind of like giving myself that sort of grace, because I don't want to go so hard, like beat myself up for getting in this situation. I just want to stay focused and on top of everything to be able to get out. My goal is to be debt free by 33, and I'm 31 right now, so I have 23 months to get it together. Not get it together, but be at that point. And, you know, I will just work as hard as I can to do what I can, but it's also $225,000 that I'm in the hole. So, you know, it ends up equating to $10,000 a month toward debt only, not including any interest for me to make that goal. So, I am just hoping you know, I'm gonna do everything I can. But Kia, I rounded up. This one was like rounding up only like, I don't know, $50, $60, 60-ish dollars. Each box is $500, and I have 55 boxes. And dun. This is the student loans. This is my big mama. I was able to make it work by making each box $750. And this one has a total of 9 motivational boxes because it has so many. And then at the end, it should be 8 because, you know, it's every 10,000. But at the end, the last box on the wall is a motivational one. So yeah, so these are my debts, the motivational boxes that are just like, hey, once I'm at that point, I will go ahead and be able to use that. So I can use that money and take it and just say like, hey, I'm going to continue to add it on to the snowball. Or I can go and say like, at this point, I will have... pull out my handy dandy calculator. So 750 times 9, $6,750 that I will have to play with at this point. So maybe I will put all the money, like save all the money. So at the end, when I'm completely done, go to a trip. You know what? Let's actually see right now. Hold on. Let me see how many boxes I have. So I have 1 times 100 plus 1 times 100. Oopsie, shoot. 1 time is 200 plus 1 at 300 plus 1 at 500 plus 2 at 500. Oopsie, plus 2 at 750 plus 3 at 500. Let me do it in the same order. 9 times 750. Dang, $12,000! Oh shoot. Okay. This $12,050, I could do a lot with $12,000. You know what? I might just do that. That's $12,000 that I could put towards my vacation fund, and at the end of this, take a super nice, debt-free, completely paid off vacation. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Okay. That's I'm glad I was able to realize that. Also, that's why I love this calculator. Okay, so that's my debt wall. This is going to be my debt tracker. And each month is divided by, like I said, it's going to go all the way to December of 2025. Technically, this is where I want to be done because I will be, nope, lying. This June 2025, because I will be 33 here. And it just ended up working out that I just got it to that point. So this one tracks, it will track 3 things. And I will do this at the end of the month with my end of the month video. And I'll go back and fill in all of the boxes that, like all of these ones at the end of the month, I'll go ahead and fill them in. So the first column, so like the first, August is these 2 lines, but this first one is going to track the total amount. So right now I'm at 225. So at some point I'll highlight it and just highlight it down for 225,000. That's the total. The second column of each month is the total number of accounts I have. So I technically have 17, but I'm adding my emergency fund for a total of 18. So for this specific column, this one is going to go above the grid. So I'm just going to highlight it to right here, that top line, and just all the way down. And hopefully over time, like I'll see the progression. This dotted line in the middle, I'm going to use 17 different colors to indicate the individual debt amount. With the exceptions of student loans, that will be the only one that's not on here for a while, but each one has enough to be able to, and then I'll be able to kind of zigzag the lines like through, but each one of them will have their own color, but I have not committed to those colors yet. So that's my debt tracker. So this is pretty much my monthly breakdown. So this is my sinking fund. So like I said, I don't have any like clever, witty, like fun names. So if you can think of something, please go ahead and drop them down. But this one would probably be something like finances. This one is annual subscriptions. This one is the one where I'm like, I don't know what this bucket is, but maybe adulting. I don't know. This one also seems like adulting, but I don't know. These two are get me. Also this one, I don't want to use any miscellaneous because it just kind of feels unintentional. This one could be side hustles, and this one is obviously savings, but these are my sinking funds just written down, and because it's at the beginning of the book, that's just kind of where I want to have a mental place for it. On the next side, this is my budget. Because of me getting in this space of like building where I am with my money, I do have an unanticipated fund. So this means like misbudgeting, maybe because some of my accounts, I do have to leave money in to roll over until the next paycheck. So what I have done in the past is take money like, oh, I'm just going to take $50 here and, I'll put it back when I get paid again. So that would count for misbudgeting. So money that I spent that I was not supposed to spend in the time of me waiting for that check. Pre-deposit check spending. This one is pretty much like I get paid on Friday, but I don't do my budget until Saturday. But on Friday, I want to go out after work and I end up spending money that I did not budget. So it throws my whole budget off. So that's that one. But like I said, this YouTube channel, it's going to keep me accountable. And I just hope that, that enough people either come along with me on this journey to just sort of be in the space of accountability and sort of somewhat some sense of vulnerability. Biweekly expenses, I do have therapy. I pay $120 per session. And I have that once a week. So express lanes, I pay $40, like automatic renewal. That one probably fills up like once every 5 months. So I just put $10 every paycheck. And then Sparklets, I do have water service. That one probably should go to like $30 a paycheck, because I think each month it's like 50, maybe like 40 and some change, 50. But I figure that any buffer that I have from the express lanes will cover the Sparklets, but I'll make adjustments as I need to. Variable cash is things that need cash but are not in my cash envelope, so the ones that sit in my purse. So like I said, the sinking funds holds $50 every paycheck. Annual subscriptions get $75. Laundry, I like the idea of $30 every 2 weeks. That's plenty for me to do my laundry. Going out is $100, and then car wash is $30. So I've already been adjusted to this lifestyle. I live in a super like expensive, like the cost of living is crazy high. And I can go and say, hey, I'm not going out, I'm not doing anything extra. However, that's just like completely unrealistic for me right now. And I don't want to feel like I'm punishing myself and end up like completely withdrawing or like going into depression. I don't think it's going to happen, but I do plan on like I said, getting a second job and all of the side hustles I can possibly think of, which I am going to post on the channel consistently to hopefully build a, real community and then keep up with my, my journey. So my cash envelopes are the 6 that I have. Eating out gets $200, gas gets $200, house supplies gets $100, groceries $100, miscellaneous is $30, and other is $20. My standing expenses are pretty much everything that's due in the month that is not debt. So I have a Pandora, lots of subscriptions. I know. I And I think like as I start to write it down and put it out, like HBO, I don't need. Cricut, I don't need. Where is it? Cricut, I don't need. Canva, I probably don't need. I have 2 Apple Care accounts because I have my old phone that I'm trying to convince my mom to take, but like I'm paying on that. But I have Pandora, Netflix. I pay my mom's Spectrum bill, which she's going to start taking over. I pay my mom's life insurance, which that one is staying with me. I don't trust that she would continue to pay it. I have my own life insurance, Verizon, HBO, Apple Care, Canva, iCloud, Cricut Design, and Apple Care. iCloud, I think, was one of those like pop-ups that Apple was sending me like, hey, you're running out of space, you need iCloud storage. I kept getting it saying I was running out of space. I don't know where the iCloud stuff is, but once I paid it, it went away. So debts, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I had a reason for them being not this full 17. Of course, I can't think of it. I know why. They're on the other page. Okay. So I have IRS, Amazon, Best Buy, PayPal, like all of the ones that we went over. And I have a no date debt. So my mom, like, I don't even know if my mom is keeping up with me owing her, but I don't want to, like, it doesn't make me feel good that I want to give her that money back. Student loans, everyone is in student loan deferment right now, or at least with public loans. So that's going to start back soon. So once that comes up, I probably will just leave it here so I don't have to redo this page or like white it out, but I don't know. And then the 401k loan, that one automatically comes out of my paycheck before I even get paid. Okay, so this is the actual money stuff. So I am a high income earner. I make about $145,000 a year. And this is how my money is broken down. So I have an apartment, I live by myself, I have no kids, single, and I owe $225,000 in debt. So while my income is very, very high, not very, very high, but it's high, my lifestyle, I'm living above my means, trying to pay off this debt. And I think I just never was aware of that growing up. And now that I'm here at this point, I just feel like I'm a little bit too old to still be living like that and not making any conscious move towards getting out of that lifestyle. So my direct deposit goes as this. So one of my credit union accounts gets $1,600 every 2 weeks, and that covers this here. The next credit union gets these two, which I'll go into later. And then my primary account is Chase, and it gets about $2,379.59. So every 2 weeks, and the $23.79 is what I have to really pay for everything else. So I don't know, like taxes, I feel like I probably see, actually, let's just see it right now. 1,600 plus 58110 plus 2379 times 26 checks. So even though I make $145,000, I bring home 118, and I am currently exempt from the IRS. So that's why every single year I owe them. So minus, we'll just say 15. This is what I bring home. So about 50,000 of it, I don't even see it. Which, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I feel, yeah, that's what it is. So even though I'm high income earning, this is the reality of my situation minus, and then this is the actual, you know what I'm trying to say. So, there's that. So pre-deposit expenses is the 401k loan. 6353 comes out every single paycheck. Before I get paid, it automatically is paid. So I don't even see this come out. And the budget order breakdown is pretty much this. So any pending transactions, because I like to zero out my account, depending on what day I get paid, there may be something that's pending. Like just say if I get paid on the 15th and HBO also comes out on the 15th, when my direct deposit hits, this $15.99 will probably still be in my account. So I just want to be mindful that I'm not adding $15.99 as extra money as opposed to it being something that's pending. Anticipated, ideally I would like to have 0 anticipated in there. I have my bi-weekly expenses, which are these ones. So that's $240. My variable cash are these, and that's $285. And then my cash envelopes are the 6 for my wallet, and that is $650. Yes, $650. And then I have my standing expenses, which are the monthly ones. And then last, I have debt. So you'll see that at the next one. So schools first, this is the breakdown. My rent is $1987. Con service, I don't know, that's something that I think utilities, something, I don't know. It usually is about $35-ish. But I just put 50, and then that extra will help me go to Snowball. Mercury is the car insurance for me and my mom. We both have full coverage, so I pay it for us, and sometimes she gives me $75 a month. I don't know why the insurance is so high, but I just feel like adulting is so freaking hard. Spectrum, I pay for internet here. It's $69.99 for the internet I have. Edison is $250. I think the most, I've lived here for a year and maybe 15 months. The most I've ever paid was $254. And it was last summer because I keep the AC on. Like, it is hot. I've always lived in a house with AC growing up. So having the AC on is very not essential, but I need the AC on. And I think 1 month I had it on running, like I did nonstop. But on average, it's about like $115. I don't know what is normal. This is my first time moving out. I'm sure that is very high, but I just like the idea of having the money budgeted for it, and then anything less than will just go towards the Snowball. And last is Kia. My car note is like $422, I think. But this total combination comes up to $3,200, which I get 2 of those. Okay, so next is the other credit union. The bill consolidation is $636.33. And then the BMW, I think the payment is like $520 through December. And then in January, it'll drop to $245. So that is more money coming towards the end of the year. But on this page, when I was like, where are the rest of the debts? That's 14, the Kia is 15, and these two are 16 and 17. So that's where it was. And then this here is monthly payments. And the ones with the little dot next to it are debts. So I left them in order by due date, and then I just indicated which ones were by debt. I may separate this, actually probably pretty confident that I am going to do monthly payments and then debts. Actually, I am. I'm not going to do it now, but yeah, so I have like all what they are. Pandora just went up to $5.99. And it just pretty much has each name with the debt. So my mom is going to start paying her own Spectrum. Well, they're going to cancel. I'm going to cancel the account because it's $215. Like, Spectrum is out of control. And then it goes down by like my mom's life insurance, Best Buy, all of the amounts on what they are right now, and then sort of going. So as you can see, it adds up very, very, very fast. And like seeing it on paper is always very like eye-opening. Okay, I'm almost done. So this is the month breakdown. This was August. I made this journal maybe like 2 weeks ago. So I didn't add anything in, but I still wanted it to have the feel of like a month overview. I don't know if I'm going to do payments that are due, money spent, money earned. Like, I don't know what this is going to be used for yet, but, and then I have a little section here for any notes or anything. Also, I messed up right there, but you'll forgive me. Okay. So this is, I guess that's it. Like, that's it for this portion of it. Super quick. I have at the beginning of the month all of my debts, the starting amount, the end amount, and then I'll be able to tally the difference. So on the first, I wrote these down. At the end of the month, I will write the end and then the difference, and then this end will transfer to the start of the following month, if that makes any sense. I have here schools first because this one is automatically set up for everything to come out. That's set up. I have one for the other credit union the same way. This I don't necessarily love. Maybe it'll come out. I just feel like at the end of the month, I don't know. I put it in here. It was my sinking funds at the start. I just put 0 on all of them. Some of them had a couple dollars. So I think at the end, I will go back and add the ending balance, count it, and then the difference. This is the actual paycheck breakdown, which more in the next video. And then this one is any additional money that is coming in. So I'm just writing the date, what I did. So like cash envelopes, I took out $45. So I put it in this envelope. Uber Eats, I got paid $66 for those days. I think I did like 2 or 3 days. My mom sent me $75 for her insurance, but I include her insurance in my budget. So technically that's extra. On the next week, someone gave me $10 in a cash tip for delivering food, and then missed budgeting because I used to do my paychecks differently. I had $12.76 extra. It was actually 17, but I took 5 because of parking. But yeah, so at the end of the month, this page is going to be for the total amount here, the breakdown. So 1/3 of all of the extra money I have, 1/3 of it will go to taxes, 1/3 of it will automatically go to my snowball, and then 1/3 of it will go to cash stuffing. I wrote that on there so I don't forget. And then this one will be the final cash stuffing of my envelope. So because I have this one, I don't necessarily think I need this one because it's the exact same. No, it's not. I might need both. I'm not sure. But at the top, it's going to say cash stuffing, and then this one's going to say the total. So when I get to this point, it'll be at the end of the month. And I will make any change from this. I will probably get it all like in smaller bills. Maybe, I'm not sure. But I will take that money, the 1/3 of whatever comes from this, and then I will go and kind of write down how much I'm adding to each one based on the total, and then the denominations I need to make sure that I have the appropriate amount. And then I'll probably do like a final video stuffing them appropriately. And I think that's it. So that goes to September. I have to do the calendar and get ready for that. So I just want to thank you so much for sticking through this video and being here to kind of help keep me accountable as I get through cleaning up this mess. So I just thank you so much for being here, and I just look forward to seeing you with me here along this journey. So thanks so much. Bye, everyone.